and welcome with this instruction video of photoshopping with Pixlr X, an online free usable Photoshop program. I use this program throughout my practice years and my study years, and today we're gonna see the explanation of how to Photoshop black and white with highlights to certain colors. As you see, we have the skyline of Prague in front of us, and for a task in my practice we change it to this, so only the buildings were black and white. Today we're gonna see how you can turn a normal picture, an original picture, into this black and white highlighted building. So what we do at first is we use a program. I use Pixlr for copyright free photos, and you download a picture like this. This is a bridge in Vilnius and it's very yellow, and that's why it can highlight very good. You go to Pixlr X and you see this this projected in your monitor on your screen, and as you see it's in Dutch for me, but the buttons are the same. So you open a project and you look at where you saved it. For me it's in my downloads, the bridge, and you open it. This is the original picture. If you look back on how I did with the other one, it's a black and white highlighter. How do I do that? Is by opening the same picture again, so you have two and twice the same picture. This one you unlock it and you turn it into effect, too old, and Agnes. If you do Agnes, it means it goes to black and white, and then you lock it again and you go to this picture. We're gonna adjust, we're gonna rework this picture, and then it's quite simple to create a picture like we had. You have to see which outlining you're gonna delete, which is pretty easily with this bridge. Only this is a bit of work, but we'll figure out how to do this. You choose for the loose or lasso cut, and you choose for deleting. Then you try to trace a line, and when you delete it, it will be going in black and white. See that you make full circles, otherwise you have gaps. With a fast and strong hand you try to trace this line and the pole downstairs, and you cut off. It's how I do it, so I don't lose progress in cutting. And as you see, this turns in black and white. Then we use the base of this pole and we go again down. This is how I do it. Of course, if you have a stronger hand than me, you are more likely to do it differently or in bigger chunks, but I choose to do it in smaller chunks. Oh, this board has to go with it, and cut. As you see, this board is a little bit annoying, but that's how we can do it. And then we do this piece, and now we have the whole base done like this, and then you go around this one, and then it's more easily to cut. Like this. I'm gonna trace this one real quick here. It's not that important yet, and then you can decide, but I think it's better to just do this because the railing of the bridge is already gray, so if you turn it in black and white it isn't noticeable. No, if you look at this, it really looks good, and you trace it like this and your bridge is highlighted. You can do it a bit more accurate by zooming in, by zooming out, but this is how I used to do it, by highlighting pictures, and I really like this style of photoshopping. This is a very easy way to Photoshop. I wouldn't do it more specific, and it's also how I used to do this. How do I use certain projects with my students? It's actually simple. I give them this as a result, and I give them only this picture. I say, okay, with what you learned today, try to make this video, and it's how we are able to do it. I used it in my last practice in Belgium, and this is how I test my students if they have certain skills to recreate projects I did. And I know from my students they really liked it, a challenge like this, because they had to think, okay, what are we using? What do we have to use here? And that was it. That was the instruction video I had planned for today. Photoshopping is also I really like to do. And this is how I go working. If I would explain it in class, I would do it differently than in an instruction video, but you can rewatch an instruction video always back to see what tools I use.